Why Mar-a-Lago is vulnerable to foreign espionage, according to ex-spies. Federal authorities are probing possible Chinese intelligence operations targeting Donald Trump and his private Mar-a-Lago club. And as former member, the news of the investigation follows the weekend arrest of Yujing Zhang, a Chinese woman carrying 2 Chinese passports, 4 cell phones, a laptop, a hard drive, and a thumb drive loaded with malware, who got past a security checkpoint at Mar-a-Lago, according to April 1 in federal court. Trump was not at Mar-a-Lago during the incident. He had left for his golf club about 2.5 hours before Zhang was first approached by the Secret Service and returned about 4 hours later, according to White House pool reports. Trump stays at The federal complaint says Zhang told Secret Service agents she had come to Mar-a-Lago to use the pool, but she didn't have a swimsuit with her when arrested. It is not yet known. Zhang claimed she had traveled from Shanghai to Mar-a-Lago by invitation of a Chinese friend she identified only as Charles, and then said she was in fact at the resort for a United Nations friendship event. The event, with Charles is thought to be Charles Li, a Chinese national with ties to the Chinese Communist Party and the head of a group called the United Nations Chinese Friendship Association, which is not affiliated with the UN. Zhang's court of David Weinstein, a Miami defense attorney and former federal prosecutor, that Zhang's alleged crime would have only been considered a simple trespass if Trump hadn't been there. Zhang is charged with making false statements to federal agents and unlawfully entering a restricted building or grounds. The charges carry. Experts say the incident highlights the ease with which an enemy agent could use Mar-a-Lago as a conduit to get intelligence on the U.S. Foreign countries aren't stupid, former CIA analyst Cindy Otis tells Quartz. They send officials. Trump appears almost as free with his words when at Mar-a-Lago as he is on Twitter. In April 2017, he with Chinese President Xi Jinping in the Mar-a-Lago dining room over what Trump later described as the most beautiful piece of chocolate cake that you have ever seen, and has, unannounced. During a February 2017 state visit by Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, Trump advisors huddled at a dinner table at Mar-a-Lago after a North Korean missile launch. Normally, paying member of Mar-a-Lago takes photo of Trump advisors using cell phone flashlights to inspect apparently classified docs with Abe. Natasha Bertrand at Natasha Bertrand. Trump, who sat nearby during the unfolding international security crisis, seemed entirely unperturbed by the goings-on. This photo taken from my Instagram TL seems to capture one of the moments described in this piece. Enrique Acevedo at Enrique Acevedo. I don't think this team has any appreciation about the vulnerabilities they are creating for themselves and how dangerous this is. Former White House Deputy National Security Advisor Julianne Smith. Unlike Camp David, the Maryland retreat purpose-built for U.S. presidents and their families, Mar-a-Lago former estate of Marjorie Merriweather Post, the socialite owner of General Foods, was not constructed or renovated with presidential security in mind. The resort spent. As an intelligence officer, I don't think it would be hard to place sources or technical collection devices in the facility, says John Cipher, a former member of the CS clandestine service who ran the agency's Russia operations. Someday they will. White House spokesman Judd Deere referred Quartz to the Secret Service, which that said the agency does not determine who is invited or welcome at Mar-a-Lago. This is the response. Secret Service agents are at Mar-a-Lago to ensure physical security, not to run background checks on members, guests, or workers for counterintelligence purposes. They are screened for. Relatively unfettered access to Mar-a-Lago is available to anyone that can pay the $200,000 membership fee, and the club each year. The White House has a. Whose responsibility is it to prevent foreign intelligence? That's a very good. Lists of club members, and the names and contact information of important Mar-a-Lago employees with access to the president, making them prime espionage or blackmail targets where. Complicating matters further, Mar-a-Lago plays host to various ticketed events and weddings throughout the year, all of which are open to the public. This would make it from a security standpoint, it complicates matters when the Winter White House is also a business establishment, says former FBI agent Dennis Franks, who ran a multi-agency intelligence task force during his 22 years with the Bureau. Cultivating a high-level source is incredibly time-consuming, and a foreign agent would be on the lookout for someone that will be active in politics for decades to come, says Joseph Whipple, a former CIA officer who spent his espionage career posing as a U.S. diplomat. Both the Chinese and the Russians believe in the slow but long-lasting approach, he says. They can take years. Lawrence Lemur, author of a book about Mar-a-Lago, that Trump's club has little security past the reception desk. You can go anywhere. In addition, internet security at Trump properties, including Mar-a-Lago, has been as not good. Reporters said, says Otis, this administration is just one giant gift to foreign intelligence services. As Trump reportedly uses unsecured personal cell phones, against the advice of his aides, in order to avoid going through the White House switchboard. The Chinese have the information U.S. adversaries are seeking doesn't necessarily have to be classified or top secret, either. According to Otis, read the full text of the criminal complaint against Yu Jingzhang here.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park,